I have to turn it off and back on, I think.
The microphone?
Hello. All right, there we go.
Breaker, breaker, breaker. Take two. Go to the logo. Go to the logo.
Should be good now. Should be good now.
Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live.
All right, just blow it out. That'll be great.
This is On the Anvil, episode 96. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you what we're working on. We talk about the challenges we're facing, and we may just give you a glimpse of things to come. This is the show that never has any technical difficulties. Mostly, it's 2 hours of, where's my frosty beverage?
That was like a really magical, you may just get a glimpse of things to come.
Right?
Yeah. That was
2 hours
good.
of enjoying a frosty beverage and hanging out, chatting with you guys. It's a chance to interact with our awesome fan base. Thanks for hanging out with us, and welcome. And you know what? Chris doesn't even know this. We have a super, super special episode tonight. This is the week, the day, the moment, the episode many, many people have been waiting for. At long last, it's out, it's here. We're going a deep dive into Spelljammer. That's right, we're going into space. We're gonna find out about flying monkeys that can hold swords in their toes. We're gonna find out about shape-shifting oozes. We're gonna find out about hippos that can hunt sky sharks in their crab mobiles. Like, it is a wonderful time to be able, Pinocchio gnomes that have made, right? It's gonna be delightful, right? Full on ham jammer nonstop. What do you think, Chris?
Oh, it didn't capture the desktop audio. What is going on?
Oh, like, good. It didn't.
Its audio feeds are not. Hang on.
He's soundboarded.
I got to test to make sure that it's. Didn't capture that either. All right, what's going on? Why isn't it capturing? There we go.
It's so much funnier the second time through.
Yeah.
All right, I take it back. We're not going to Ham Planet. We're not ham jamming tonight, nor will we ever. But. We do have a special episode because we're going to look at some reliquaries and we're going to play with cities.
I was genuinely...
Were you hoping for it?
No, I was just thinking like, oh, is there a thing that I wasn't aware that we were doing tonight? And
no. Tyler was parading around.
Apparently it's just for Type 5.
Yeah. But you know, there is it might be fun... No, I don't know. Look at Spelljammer stuff. I don't know. There are some fun old Easter eggs, right? I forgot a bunch of that stuff came, not bunch. The monkeys, the blobs, and the evil spiders came from Star Frontiers, which is their...
Yeah, it turns out Spelljammer is kind of cool, isn't it?
There's penguin people.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's going on? This is Dwarven Forge Live. What are we actually doing?
So today's episode is a bit of a... We did one like this before when we were talking about our Getting Started with Caverns video and prepping for that. We're doing it again. We're going to be shooting our Getting Started with Cities video next week. Basically, just a super, like, kind of over... Like, a very holistic view of, hey, how does this line of city sets work? How do I understand... what's in it and where should I get started if I'm interested in being able to make these things. We wanted to have this out before we do the Kickstarter so that people have like a good understanding of the basic system before we do the Kickstarter of like the advanced attachments to that system. And we wanted to talk to you guys about it tonight and get your insight on what it was like approaching these sets as new people so that we can make sure this video is as cohesive as possible.
And we'll do some building on the area, give us some feedback on if it makes sense.
Yeah. And then we'll also be doing a giveaway about an hour into the stream. $50 Dwarven Forge gift card for the web store. It is anybody who is watching is eligible no matter where they live. Just a digital gift card for the store. We'll do that about halfway through the stream.
Even if they're watching all the way out in clown space?
What's clown space? What?
It's there's clown space in Spelljammer. It's a system. I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's where murder comes from, but there are actually space clowns that live in clown space.
I don't understand what got you on Spelljammer today.
Well, Tyler just walked in with his.
Oh yeah, he had the book. All right,
3 minutes ago.
It was a very pretty book. All right. Before that, we're gonna get into the news.
Woo! Wait, do we have to tell anybody else? Is there anybody? Do we have anybody new here tonight?
I think we have at least one new person I saw.
Well, welcome.
Welcome. Feel free to chat. Feel free to not chat.
Yeah, jump in. We'd love to hear from you, especially brand new voices are exciting. We like hearing the perspective of people that are just coming down the rabbit hole to figure out how we can make the rabbit hole as inviting as possible. We can fill it with killer space clowns.
Dr. Evidence has a really good insight that I want to squeeze in here.
Is it about space
Says
clowns?
No. He's always thought that a really critical part of any city structure is the crystal caverns, which is a really good point.
It's true.
We might have news on the crystal caverns soon, though, so sit tight. Let's go to the news.
News. I got some really good feedback on that one.
I love the dove sound effects you into.
I have a different series of effects pedals that I was trying out today. It was like a phaser.
What if we got you a voice modulator for this?
I'm in. Let's do this.
Just get you a
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
I
fun.
need an auto tune.
Get you a whammy bar. That you can,
all for my voice.
can we just do like Peter Frampton?
I'm in.
Like
all of it. Yeah.
All right.
I want Tom Morello's effects array for stuff.
Just pedals on pedals.
Yeah. Then I can take my tongue and go. So what's in the news, Chris?
Quite a bit.
Who's the new person that tuned in? Do you even realize what you got yourself into?
We're a little. It's been a long day. We're a little. I think we're both a little unhinged tonight.
Is it ever not a long day? Are we ever hinged?
There's a level of button that I think we manage at times.
Fair.
Point is,
we have guests and we have to behave.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, when we're interviewing somebody, could you imagine we had like Deborah Ann Wool on? We're just like all over the fucking place.
I mean,
all over the place, just like, oh yeah, no, that'd be wild. Let's see. Let's start with. I'm just going to start with this. Because of the video that we're shooting next week, we're expecting it to go like pretty long. So we're actually planning to skip on the Anvil next week just to give us time to shoot both of the things that the news didn't play. Okay, somebody messed up the default sound settings while I was gone at Gen Con, I think. So I'll just have to look at those after this. Yeah, so we're gonna skip on the Anvil next week because we're shooting a couple things and we just need the space and the time to make sure we get all that done.
Every shoot runs long that we've ever done.
Yes.
Every project we've ever done runs long.
Yeah. Yes. Well, Reliquaries is looking like it might not.
Fact. So that's my stand-in for my dagger. I needed a gesticulation tool, and so there's a. So what? So we're no on the Anvil next week. So
no on the Anvil next week.
Go watch Hobby Hang.
Yeah. Let's see. What's the next thing that makes us talk about? We uploaded a new painting video last Friday. Woo. It's on painting transparent/translucent pieces, and also talking a bit about like LED pieces. Basically, anytime you're painting a piece that has some stuff where you want light to shine through. Hamster went through that and just kind of talked about general advice for all the pieces that we make in that kind of vein. Doesn't talk to like anything specific, but
it's just showing some techniques of what to think about, including using
we're
using white stick to mask your pieces. Lots of clever stuff.
Yeah, we're trying to hit a couple just like general topics that we get a lot of questions on where it's not about painting any specific piece or like a specific paint scheme necessarily. And tomorrow we're actually uploading another one that is how to use interference paints, because we do that quite a bit and they can be a little complicated to understand. It's a very short video, but that'll be going up tomorrow. Speaking of helpful content, the last Wildlands module is up on the site. It's the 2 swamp encounters. One of them was made by Kelly and Monty from the Dungeon Dudes. And the other one was written by me and Tyler.
Woo!
And so that is up on the site now. Yeah.
And that actually concludes the last of our deliverables for Wildlands.
Yeah, I think that was the last Wildlands thing we had to do.
We're going to send up a thank you, wrap up, update, and be done with, close the project.
Yeah. Delete the page.
6 years. Well, you know why it feels so long is we started developing Wildlands in Caverns Deep, right? So the tail end of Caverns Deep was the Dread Hollow Forest, which is our test run for doing wilderness terrain. And so like a lot of that development happened during Caverns Deep, and then kind of hung out on ice during Hellscape, and then we're in full force in, and then it's been a couple of years delivering, but here we are. Woo!
Let's see. Where are those posted? Oh, if you look on our main site, let me bring up the page real quick.
Or the modules?
The modules. The painting videos are on our YouTube channel, as well as under...
Modules are in galleries, I think is the...
Yeah, modules are in, Drop down tab, galleries, and then go to modules. And then on there, there's a link to go to specifically a page full of the Wildlands stuff. Because instead of just being like one encounter, this is 6 different adventures and 2 different war game scenarios and a bestiary. Is that all of it? Is there more?
The flora and fauna is part of the bestiary. I mean,
it is the bestiary. Flora and fauna is the bestiary, basically.
I think that did we put the flora separate from the fauna?
I guess that is like... I guess that is the thing that we actually might add over time, is we might add more things to the flora and fauna over time. Because there's a bunch of stuff that we wanted to do that we didn't make it into that iteration of it.
Because we get a lot of spare time.
Yeah. If we have time, that's like a back burner thing of like adding more stuff to the bestiary. Let's see. Other news? The restock container for August, that was early August, it will still make it in August at least, so that's nice. It cleared customs on Monday and is on the way to the warehouse. We should have it there by the end of the week.
It got hung up for a couple of days in customs. We didn't know where.
Yeah.
It's just like a black hole. You fall in there and you don't know if you ever come out.
It feels like communication when it came to like shipping stuff was already like kind of hard sometimes. It feels like it got even worse after the pandemic and all that. You just won't hear about things sometimes. But that's on the way to the warehouse, so it'll probably go up next week. Another kind of related thing, we are going to have our first ever price increase in the web store. It's
a big deal.
Yeah, it's a really big deal for us. It's our first time raising the prices on anything. But it's just the reality of, we have some stuff in our store that was priced literally like 10 years ago. And the reality is production costs have gone up, shipping costs have gone up, and
shipping has gone up a lot.
Shipping has gone up a ton. And we try not to raise prices because we don't like raising prices on people. But we need to make sure that we're actually making a profit when we sell these things.
And costs are just going up and up and up and up and up.
Yeah. So the date for that is going to be September 1st. We'll be sending out an email about it, and we're going to put like a notice on the website and all that. Try to make sure everybody knows about it ahead of time. That means that the restock container, that the restock stuff will go into the store before the price increase. So you'll have time to get stuff from the restock before that, which is good because there's a lot of like really cool stuff. The Ancient Pillars, daises are coming back. Some of our core sets. Right? Yeah, there's a lot of like really good like dungeon expansion packs, magnetic walls for dungeons.
There's a link on the website. You go to the restocks right at the top menu.
Yeah,
show you the latest.
And yeah, the paints will be increasing too. The things that we're not increasing are Hellscape and Wildlands because those got priced pretty recently. And Hellscape is already so expensive.
The new Hellscape, I think the older Hellscape stuff will go up.
Older Hellscape going up?
Just the new ones that have the big price bump.
Yeah. And it's going to be, you can generally expect it to be kind of relative to how old the set is, I would imagine. Stuff that was priced in 2017 is in a worse spot than stuff that we priced in like 2019. Just the nature of costs going up. If we get more info, I'm not sure if we're going to have like what the prices will be ahead of time or not. I don't know if there'd be a good way to show that. There's so much stuff in the store.
I don't know. We will keep you up to date as
the new city core sets. I'm pretty sure the new core set configurations.
I don't know. The only thing we know for a fact is Wildlands is not going up, and the new Hellscape sets are not going up, and I don't know beyond that.
Yeah. Well, really old sets like Sasul will be going up. I think so. Yeah.
For sure. Older sets going up more than newer sets.
Mm-hmm. Have you time to buy that Necromancer's Keep?
Yeah.
Yeah. Necromancer's Keep's going to get hit really hard if he's doing a percentage increase.
Yeah.
Let's see. So pricing in the restock module. Right. If you want to see the stuff that is coming in the restock, something we always do. If you're new or if you just hadn't heard about it, if you look on the website, there's a restock link up at the top that will show you the restock information that we have available at the time, like any containers coming. Right now, it just has the August container because we don't have anything else close currently. So you can see everything that's coming in the restock there. I think that is, we did the pricing, restocked with the module, painting videos, skipping next week. Oh yeah, our friends the Dungeon Dudes.
Wait, but while we're talking restock, do we tell people, I think we mentioned it, but it's worth mentioning again, that there's a little bit of Wildlands overflow coming with reliquaries. It'll probably be in the web store mid-October.
We should touch on that again. Yeah, you guys like killed it with Wildlands.
Cleared out Wildlands out of the store.
It was an unreal, unprecedented store day for us, to the point that the warehouse is dying.
Still trying to ship it out.
Yeah, it was an extremely good day for us. And there's a lot of stuff. I know some of you weren't able to get like the stuff that you wanted because there's so much demand for it. We've got a container that should be arriving in the next 2 months.
It's waiting right now. Reliquaries is sitting on the dock waiting to be picked up. In that Reliquaries container, just to top it off, there was a little bit of overflow of Wildlands stuff that wouldn't quite fit in a full carton. So we sort of rounded up all those loose sets and threw those in the container. So there's some random Wildlands stuff that'll show up with it, and probably if that gets on the water, if it gets picked up this week, gets on the water, then we get that basically end of September, beginning October, get it in the warehouse, get it in the store mid-October-ish.
Yeah.
Goes out, something like that. And
then on top of that, we're also working on like a actual like reorder of some Wildlands sets. And so then we'll actually be getting like really high quantities of some Wildlands sets in there. And so we're trying to get that order in this week and like get like an actual ETA on when we'll be getting that stuff in store for you guys.
Well, as soon as it hits the water, we'll have our first rough ETA, and then it has to go through customs, and
but we can at least get a super like loose idea of like when they're planning to make it.
It should hopefully be in the store mid-October.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, there's 2 more waves of Wildlands stuff coming. One limited thing, and I think we should try to get the set list for that overflow.
Yep.
Figure out exactly what's coming in so people know what to expect.
Yep. We will.
Yeah. Yeah. And then our friends the Dungeon Dudes have a Kickstarter that just launched. It is a follow-up to their last Kickstarter, Dungeons of Drakkenheim. It's Sebastian Crow's Guide to Drakkenheim, so it's kind of expanding that world and stuff you can do with it. I know there's fairly good crossover between our fans and their fans, I think. Yeah. So probably a number of you probably have the Drakkenheim book and are running it. If you didn't know this Kickstarter was happening, now you do.
It's more of a player resource than the last one was a setting book. This is more of a player resource. They have a cool apothecary class, which is kind of Dr. Jekyll meets the Hulk meets Dr. Frankenstein. Like you can either create like a Frankenstein's monster, or create potions that like invert your strength and your intelligence.
For a second, I was really hoping you were going to go like a bit of a Dr. Jekyll meets Mr. Hyde situation.
Yeah. Can you imagine they meet and they form the Ultra?
They fall in love.
Yeah, but there's stuff like you can make, I don't know, a bunch of potions, performance altering potions, and I don't know what there were 3 different main subclasses. They were telling me about it at Gen Con. It sounded really cool.
They went like really all out with the last one too, and I imagine this one is just the same. Like all the like the plushie, like the little coin they made, and like all sorts of cool.
There's a miniature in this that's like a foot tall.
Yeah,
it's great. Like miniature.
Why not?
Miniature.
Yeah.
So it's cool. Check it out. They already did $500,000 in their first 2 days, but they can use the support. They're good folks.
And then I think outside of that, why don't we unbox some reliquaries?
Woo!
We have factory finished reliquaries for you.
Where's my blade?
Okay, now it should be back. All right, I'm going to go into the sound settings real quick. I think somebody changed the default.
Oh, we should go with water. All right, so
It says that it's okay.
this is
Yeah. All that you missed was us saying like we keep forgetting that Reliquaries is a thing we're doing because it hasn't been like having production issues and requiring our attention. It's just been going super smooth.
So Tyler already opened the outer, but he hasn't opened the inner. So this is the Dwarven 7-die array with the plain base. I also have the fancier base. First of all, I just like the. Look at those nice. I got Jay to spring for full color labels, so we Janet made some nice fancy label out there.
It's a
Fancy.
little warm. There we go.
Ooh. All right, do we open the
Yes.
base first? Base first.
Okay. Ooh, color. Yeah, man. Touch nothing. I know you didn't. I don't know. I haven't been here for two. This is like
Hamster
my first
did
day.
it? It's totally hamster. That was,
It's my first day in the office for like 2.5 weeks because of Gen Con, and so
doesn't Gen Con feel like a month ago?
yeah. The last several weeks has been extremely fuzzy. Oh, hamster did it. Okay.
Yeah, totally. The
Good
guy
to
was
know.
messing around. He took all the lenses off the datas. It was like he's going bonk.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
Hamster.
We came in and like there was like a lot of weird stuff about the production room when we got back, so I have no idea what was going on while we were gone.
All right, so we got, this is the plain display base. There's a little metal under here, so these things are going to stick. The little charging port. Nice bits in the back, felt on the bottom. It's classy. So, and I also have opened up, Tyler already opened up the spell, the engraved one.
Yeah.
Where is that?
That looks sick. I wish we had that for Gen Con. Oh well.
Yeah, well, you know.
Because we took a couple things to Gen Con.
We took all the
Because we got
reliquaries.
them. We took one of every reliquary, yeah. And then the plain base.
All right, so this, one thing to note is this does not have, so we still don't have the batteries in these because these were, they were air shipped. But, in a bag of inserts. Ooh. Boom. Oh, I don't know why it's so satisfying, but the magnet sticking to the metal is so satisfying every time.
It takes a little bit of effort to like pull it off. Well, it's
Yeah.
nice to know that like if you're moving this around, taking it from the table to the shelf or something, it's not going to fall.
We should test it. Should we shake it around?
I shook it around at Gen Con and it held pretty well.
Nice. I bet the hero is going to be. Oh, actually, it has a
Well, no, the
pin.
hero has the
Yeah.
pin, so like the hero's actually super secure because it's got the pin. Looks like it should hold a tequila flight.
Yes.
That'd be sick. I'm sure somebody will make custom. You can magnetize the bottom of the shot glasses.
Smooth.
What kind of felt did we use for the bottom? Is it something we could buy ourselves? Do you know off the top of your head, or is that like
I don't like that's.
Is that a Tyler
typical
question?
Adhesive felt that you stick on. Our old resin pieces had the same.
same stuff as the
what is
resin?
on a front light in here, huh? Hold on. Do you know?
Still looks pretty sick.
See if you can find this guy.
You want the flood, or you want? Okay.
Right.
There he is.
Yeah.
Got
Wow,
him.
that was a fast one.
Got him. The paint looks good. Yeah, I'm really happy with how the paint came out. Actually,
It looks fantastic in person.
it's just Hamster and Aaron getting really good at figuring out how to make something super simple but effective. Like simple enough for the factory to be able to replicate it perfectly, but like carefully placing it enough that it like is really evocative.
Well, the key is they make it repeatable, right? They figure out what are the steps that are, how do we make it simple enough that it's repeatable, and then document the steps really clearly for the factory. They figured out a good workflow on how to get the info to the factory, and it works.
When do these start shipping out to us? Well, the container, if it gets picked up this week,
Mid-October.
it'll get here, yeah, like around, so October shipping is looking very likely.
It all depends on how quickly this gets on the boat. If the boat runs into any trouble, if we run into anything at in customs and how long it takes for receiving at the warehouse.
And this time we're not sending like an EU container and stuff. We're shipping everything from the US warehouse.
We're keeping all the EU stuff.
So everybody will be getting it shipped from our warehouse.
So check this out. We got, hang on, I did not plan, aha. We've got a shelf now. The back, oh, you son. I had not prepared.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Hamster and Aaron, like, they've spent the last couple of Kickstarters, like, really just working on figuring out how to work with the factory.
I can barely turn this on the table. The velvet on felt. There's a little. We have an LED on the back, so you can see if it's charging, which is delightful compared to. We did not put a light on the light puck, so you can't tell if it's. You can't tell if it's being charged.
But Euro folks are really grateful for that. I think we're really grateful for that. I don't know if we want to incur the shipping charges that the last Europe container fiasco cost us. Detail looks amazing too. Yeah, I really feel like as far as like both sculpting and painting goes, Reliquaries is just like some of our best work.
It really is.
Because I mean, that was the whole point of this, right? Like,
yeah, the
whole point of this was to make like stuff that you would want to display on your shelves.
Artistic victory lap.
Yeah.
Should we open one more of these things, or should we start playing?
They're gonna ask you. They're gonna ask you to open another one if you give them the option.
All right. So, what do we? Which one do we open? Do we open Elemental?
You have each one here,
Eldritch,
right?
Yeah.
Let's run a quick poll.
You know what we should do? Is Michelle here?
Maybe Hamster's here. Chuck is here.
Should we open Elven in honor of Michelle? Let's see. What do we? We have.
Michelle was here earlier. Yeah, she's probably around. She's here most weeks. Yeah, it looks like Elven. There's a couple for Eldritch, but mostly for Elven, it looks like. I'll run it for a minute, whatever. We might as well run a poll. I don't know if the poll will actually get used, but just in case it does get used, I'm going to have this going. Yeah, Michelle is here. It looks like it's mostly Elven. Oh, God, you just have all of them.
Just in case.
Just in case we're going to unbox everything.
One of each. Just in case things go, you know.
Elven and then Eldritch as second is what it looks like.
All right, so Artificer and Elemental, you guys hang out over here. Elven it is. Ooh, did I get the spell circle or the plane? I can't tell. I got plane. All right.
I feel like you have to put Eldritch on spell circle for sure.
All right.
Does he have a die to put in the dwarf? Do you have the dice on you? Okay, bye.
Tell a joke.
Tell a joke. Great detail.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I wonder if he has like the pole accessories. When he gets back in, I'm gonna wait to tell him until he gets back in here. But I'm gonna be like, oh, do you want to get like the Reliquaries toppers? Do you want to go get the fire and the Raven orbs and stuff? When are these shipping? The container is ready and waiting to get picked up in China. So if it gets picked up this week like it's supposed to, then it should arrive around the end of September, very early October. It's looking like we'll be shipping in October and be able to finish shipping by the end of October.
Okay.
Which means that we can have it in the store by Thanksgiving, most likely, assuming we don't hit any delays.
Ha. We never hit delays. All right, I got some dice. Let's put the dwarf dice in the...
Dwarf. Now we've cursed it by talking about it? Nah, don't worry about it. We didn't say anything about most of the stuff that went wrong in Wildlands.
It's true.
It just happened, and then we had to talk about it.
We did not...
I'm so glad we don't have to worry about the...
We have to worry about everything, Chris.
Well, yeah. Man.
Which
The
man?
German custom situation.
Oh, well. Yeah, Jay has a whole plan for
Getting around it.
trying to skirt it because he and Eric were really.
Well, it's frustrating because they told us one thing and then we got there and they changed their mind. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah. Maybe sci-fi reliquaries with lasers and conveyor belts.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Because how different the lighting looks between those two cameras. Well, it's webcams versus
DSLR.
Yeah.
Like my flesh tone.
Yeah.
Slightly different.
I could also be tweaking color temperature, but you know. He does have a very warm light on it though. But it was looking like super orange on the initial color. A lot of our flame pieces are removable and could be in there. Yeah, the flame from the LED braziers, that pops out and can just, it actually like fits super cleanly over the, it looks really good on the dwarf specifically because it has like the red glow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, why is it? It looks crooked.
You have the insert in there. You have to take the insert out for the tabs to like go in cleanly. What would you say is your biggest wins with this Kickstarter? Learn anything new? I think going to Gen Con and seeing... I think the reliquaries were actually, like... It's the thing that we got asked the most questions about. And so I think in terms of hitting a new audience that maybe wouldn't be looking for terrain, we found out that, yeah, there's a lot of interest in these as, like, dice displays and collector's items. Because at Gen Con, like, these were potentially the hottest thing at Gen Con. Like, for us, yeah.
Didn't do it.
We were being asked about it constantly.
We did some nice learnings about doing hybrid, mixing 3D digital sculpting with analog sculpting.
True. We use it to kind of experiment with some new techniques.
We got to play around with rechargeable batteries, which is really exciting. Got to do woodworking with our friends at Talon and Claw. This is really purple.
Yeah, out of all the stuff we usually get about, like, oh, why can't I buy anything at the booth? Like, there's a lot of that for the reliquary specifically.
I like it, but this is definitely not what we signed off on. Ruh-roh.
What's up?
It's a good thing we discovered this on the air live. Let's take a look. The Elven set is very purple.
The reliquaries?
Yeah. It's much more.
Oh, they use like a really heavy purple for the details.
Yeah. It looks beautiful, but it is definitely not.
Compared to the test shots we had?
Yeah. I wonder if it's everything. Let me get the base out so we can put it in.
Yeah, that's purple.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah, no, it's. Don't get me wrong, my favorite color.
Yeah, but that's not what the paint samples we got look like. That's fun.
Hamsters here. Yeah, that's.
It looks good though.
It looks good. It looks great, but it's not definitely not. We should go double check what we approved.
Looks pretty saturated on camera. Is that how it looks? Yeah, that's how it looks.
Yeah, it looks even more saturated in real life.
They were supposed to be purple, but like the purple wasn't like quite that bold.
Yes, Hamster, he did it. Like it was a.
Yeah.
There was like a. It was more of a gentle touch.
As opposed to matching the terrain. So we wanted it to look a little bit different than the terrain. Because like it wasn't supposed to be a ruined, so the colors were supposed to be like it was supposed to be like a bit more vibrant and less like run down, but this is like just a lot more than what we.
Could open the other one and see.
Yeah, it does look really nice.
Yeah, it looks good. It's just not. I got to double check, but it's interesting. We got Hamster here.
Yeah, Hamster. Purple Gate. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, it looks pretty good. That's not basalt blue. Yeah. Well, I guess since we're not doing unpainted, you don't got to worry about trying to match it, I guess. But
Interface. Huh. Now it feels like we need to open another one. Just double check. I don't know. Oh, that's in that.
With the enthusiasm for Reliquaries at Gen Con, do you think you'll expand into unpainted options at some point for them? If Reliquaries ends up being like a super successful line,
I think
it increases a lot of what we can do. But
yeah. I think we'd be more likely to. I think we'd be more likely to just go right into Reliquaries too.
Yeah.
Oh, no batteries.
Do you want to just grab one of the? I mean, we got one here.
Yeah. The disco light drives me bonkers. Thank you.
Yeah, I like putting that one on like a really slow fade between colors, or making it breathe.
It has and it's not taking.
Personally, I was planning on a custom paint on these anyways, but yeah, for the previous versions I'd seen. If you like the purple better, can we have that very purple set? We make a separate listing for just like super purple.
The purple's awesome. I have to double check our files. I definitely don't recall.
No. It does look. I don't believe I've ever seen them look that purple, for lack of a better word.
It's nice.
It is really nice. Well, I guess now we got to open all of it to check and make sure the paint's right.
All right, let's open one more. One more. What time is it? What do we? Yeah. Oh man, it's already 7:30.
7:37. Yeah.
It's like the jet.
We can do Eldritch.
Because that also has purple, so we'll see how that.
What if they just like started throwing this like super bright, vibrant, metallic purple into everything?
I could live with it.
Still think a Hellscape inspired Reliquary set could be nice. There's so many themes we could do. Don't remember anything coming back that purple. It was blue underneath with metallic over it. That's what I thought, because it was supposed to match our basalt stuff, right?
It was supposed to be like the Arcane Ruins, but poppier. And it's not. Well,
we'll have to check it out tomorrow.
Yep.
It's a little late, so everybody went home already.
All right, let's go. This looks great.
They may have used the paint from the Eldritch set on the Elven X. These look different, though. I think it's a different type of purple, because it's like a metallic purple.
Oh, wow. Okay, wait, let me get...
It has a different tone to it. Unless we unbox the Eldritch, and they actually does look like that now, but...
Let me open this.
Sculpts look great, no warping, nice and crisp. Yeah.
Yeah, the work is fantastic.
Will we ever see any of the full encounters for Caverns Deep restocked?
No.
Probably not.
Man, not possible. It's once again, it's a reminder back to Kickstarter, because a lot of times we won't be able to restock. Same with Wildlands, like those mega sets will never see the light of day again.
But what we're trying to do is make it so that all those pieces are available outside of the encounters. So we're doing reconfigurations. What about the Caverns Deep adventure packs? A lot of those adventure packs are also very difficult.
Those are the hardest ones to do. Yeah.
They're all like really weird combinations that only made sense for the Kickstarter. Some of them we might be able to keep and like rename into a different pack.
Most of them don't really. Most of the adventure packs don't make any sense as a actual web store pack so much.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We want to get those pieces into circulation, but the
reality is we need to do a bunch of reconfiguration and all that, which we did. We did for dungeons, and we need to get those new dungeon configurations in. Then we're gonna do the same thing for caverns.
These are cool.
Really need an ice cavern and a crystal cavern from Caverns Deep. Hope those come back. Well, the ice cavern, we have core sets in now.
Ice? We have even more ice than we had in...
So it got some sculpts that we never did in ice before into transparent ice, not the new ice.
Oh.
Well,
I don't know.
the Crystal Cavern set as is, we can't really bring back.
But we're working on. We're talking. We want it. We've heard the cries for the Crystal Caverns.
We're thinking of ways to get them back in.
We get something.
Just that composition is not doable.
Boom.
Is there a rough timeline on the dungeon reconfigs? There's some chatter about it yesterday or the day before on Discord.
No. We've been in cities mode. We're waiting on. There we have 6 pieces that need to get retooled, or need to get tooled. New diagonal wall, new stairs floor. What else do we have? New portcullis piece. Bunch of bits which are sort of waiting. We didn't want to clog up the factory. We had reliquaries that had to get done, and then we were doing tests for cities.
Well, similarly, will the full Dungeon of Doom encounters that are in stock now likely be the last chance to get them?
Yes.
I think there's like 2. So like Zaltar's game room was an encounter. Like we're gonna keep that around. If we do keep them, we're gonna.
The first couple: Lever Chamber, Zaltar's game room, Lever Chamber, and Deadly Corners might stay around because those are just sort of good starter.
But what we'll do is we'll rename them and get rid of the encounter stuff, and basically shift them into being like we'll rename them so it's not. Yeah.
That's awesome. So exciting. Oh, I can't wait. Face is feeling good. The whole thing is.
These are less purple than the Elven.
Yeah. No, it's they look good. I'm very excited. Like the work really
those aberrations brush and floss. Yeah, they got some pearly whites.
Yeah, they do.
That is really gross looking.
Put some dice in these. Should we put dice in them or should we just get out of here?
I don't think anybody wants to see the dice.
Maybe I'll do it without the holders.
Oh, they want to look closer.
Aye. Okay, hold on. Let's do the elves first. We could have just done a whole episode of just unboxing reliquaries.
We could have. In fact, we have done unboxing streams.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cities Untold Kickstarter still looking at a mid-September launch. Flat no, we are not launching in a month. We can say that for sure.
We don't even have floors and corner posts.
Yeah, we have hit too many production delays to have the stuff ready for the Kickstarter in time.
But we will keep you posted.
Yeah. Will the dice be available in store? Yes, they will.
Made by our wonderful friends over at Die Hard Dice.
I think they'll be available both in like kind of a all-together pack for a family as well as the shimmering.
Just all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look how these are so sparkly. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
They're very pretty.
Yeah. I didn't put the holders in, but you get the idea.
They'll look even better when they've got the inserts, yeah.
Look at that gleam.
Eldritch Columns look awesome. Yeah, I'm really happy with the Eldritch family. I have a very hard time picking my favorite. I think it really just depends on what your personal taste is. I think they killed it in like all 5 directions they went.
Yes.
It feels like every sculpt has been called somebody's favorite at some point.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of the goal. Is like there's going to be not everything was for everyone, right?
Yeah.
We were trying to make things that we thought would be really cool.
My favorite thing was
not everything, not everything's universal.
My favorite thing was that there was an argument on the forums during the Kickstarter saying that there was only one good set, and they all agreed that there was only one good set, but they didn't agree on which set it was. Yeah, it made me really happy.
It's the best. The perfect argument.
Eldritch looks really nice painted. Yeah, it's very. It looks real, which, is gross.
These dice are just amazing. The purple Dracona.
No, a couple people got their shipping notice for Wildlands, like, during the stream.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Oh, for the
For the restock, not for the yeah.
Yeah.
No, Wildlands Kickstarter shipping is done. So look at that. Oh yeah.
Close on the elves too. Still dark. We need more. Like, you can't see how amazingly purple the. I've shown them on the eye before. These like purple dragon scale. It's ridiculous.
They're very pretty dice. Got 1 of 3 notices. That's right. Some people have like 4 orders that they placed from like Wednesday through Friday. Like they got like their like must wanted stuff that they thought was gonna go fast like right away. Then they're like, I'm gonna let it chill for a bit, and then by Friday, if there's still stuff, and then they like would go back in and like keep adding stuff. It was great. Are those dice metal? Yeah, I think all the dice are metal.
Yes.
But some of these look extremely good with acrylic dice or resin dice as well.
Oh yeah. Any whatever. Put the die in there that you love. You put your.
Yeah.
There's no wrong. You display any dice.
Cities Kickstarter is being pushed to next year.
Hopefully it'll be this calendar year.
Yeah, we don't. It depends on. It depends on how production goes because we can't launch before we actually have this stuff to show people. It's got to be like. There's a level of finished that these things have to be for us to actually successfully do the Kickstarter.
Because we're doing stuff that actually like. We have to actually be able to build. Like the original City Builder system, we didn't have any of the pegs and holes, and we could kind of fake it for the thing. This thing, with our flat peg biscuit system, like we need to be able to actually build multi-layer things and lift big roof chunks off of the thing. Like we have to have like fully engineered and functional prototypes in a way that we haven't really had to previously.
Yeah, so we're having to like do stuff with the factory ahead of time that we haven't had to do, and we're experimenting with like a bunch of new technology and everything to be able to produce some of this stuff in-house. And it's just taking longer than we were hoping. Yak placed 3 orders in like 15 minutes during the Wildlands launch. Will the Wildlands dice ever get restocked, or are they one and done?
Probably restock. If worst case, Die Hard Dice will restock them on their site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the nice thing is...
Those are cool. Those Horizon dice they're still in stock right now. We have them.
Yeah, they're not made in the factory, so like they're a bit more free. Yeah, they're a bit more free of the...
It's down the road.
Yeah. They're a bit more free from our MOQ stuff usually because it's not in Dwarvenite. What if we made Dwarvenite dice?
I talked about it with Todd. It was, I think the tumbling them was problematic, and it didn't. He had a litany of reasons why, because we discussed it when we were first talking about doing dice. We're like, what would make it the most Dwarven Forged dice? It's for a variety of reasons. It's not a great material.
Will reliquaries only be available in sets like these, or will there be individual options as well? We'll sell them as individual. We'll sell them in 3 packs where it's one of each sculpt in a family, and we'll sell them as a full 7-die array. Yep. I think those are the 3 ways to get them.
Yeah.
Individual sculpts, the 3-set family.
The family.
And then 7-die array.
Oh, you know what we didn't open though?
I know I'm doing 5 fingers. I don't have enough fingers on this hand to show you, but yeah.
Got this guy.
Good note for future dice. Make the numbers legible.
Are these numbers not legible?
Some people have trouble reading some of the Wildlands die. I think the swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the swamp.
Yeah. Well, yes. Those we skewed in favor of beauty over usability for those dice. Like the goal was to make make an art die that felt like it was part of the Wildlands more than it was make a die that's really friendly to use at a standard gaming table. Oh, I'm not at all on the right here. So this is the magnet clicker dial is so satisfying, and this little plaque. Check this out too. We've got throw a die in there. Yay, ability tracker.
You have to check opposite side on 6 and 9.
Those are all our decals. All right, so what decal are we going to put on here? We've got.
I can only see sorcery. Didn't we spell sorcery wrong on the first run of these?
Yeah.
We had to like go into
sorcery.
Sorcery. Yeah.
And these are dry erase friendly for the blank ones. So we've got level spells, we've got rage, ammunition, inspiration,
Hey,
superiority.
Pop Cult Anime Con. Thanks for coming to the stream. He's been catching up on YouTube after the stream for a while. His first time catching it live.
Nice.
I like the way inspiration work. Ammunition looks like the Doom logo. I'm a big fan of that.
You know, the very psionic energy.
Let's see.
Let's do the sorcery.
Sorcery? Sorceration? Studio. Have my small Wildlands order out for delivery? Nice. I guess, yeah, on the West Coast, it's actually still delivery time for people. It's 8 for us, so, like, we're not still getting deliveries, but that makes sense.
Boom, boom. Drink your sorcery points. Good for my bard. All right, well, I think we got everything. Let's ability trackers.
Pretty.
Lots of dice.
Did you think about using them as point trackers? Yeah, that was one of the things they were initially meant for.
Yeah, you can track so many, like, and there's blank ones, so you can write your own. And, yeah, very excited. All right.
Is there still a plan to release a list of individual price changes for the coming increase? I don't know if we can do individual just because of like how many products there are.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Someone asked if there's a guess on the percentage of the increase.
I think it's between 10 and 20%.
10 and 20.
Each depending on how old, the whatever, yada yada yada. All right.
Oh, nice.
We are now entering the city. The guard eyes us suspiciously. What business have you in
Why are you
this
tracking?
fine town?
Why are you tracking rage when you're a rogue?
Huh?
Roland the rogue says he's gonna track rage. I'm like, why would you have rage?
Well, he's probably a barbarian / rogue. Great combo. You can like
He
go.
rages to give himself advantage, so then he gets a sneak attack because he has advantage. He does
Sick.
Or no, you don't rage.
Reckless-
You do reckless
you
attack.
reckless
Yeah, he
attack.
reckless attacks to get advantage,
So
and
you
then get a
sneak
sneak
attack
attack. Because he's
while
also then
raging.
increasing his chances of getting a crit.
Yes.
Okay, no, this actually.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
Yeah, a rogue barbarian mix might actually
And
be a
you've
lot of
got
fun.
great movement, and you've got your mobility. You've got all your. Yeah, it's like it's a fun combo.
Huh.
My brother
Fascinating.
plays a
Be a dex barbarian.
barbarian / rogue in
Interesting.
our home game.
Is OG Aranthor going to be remastered or resculpted eventually? It won't be resculpted.
Mm-mm. The sculpts are dynamite.
I don't even know if we'd remaster it. Like, I think a lot of those
Nothing to
pieces, like,
remaster.
the only reason I could think would be to like add magnets to the floor pieces. But
yeah.
like,
Could? Whoa, what's this doing?
the problem is we would then have to get new prices from the factory to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it buys us anything.
Yeah. Will there be a massive restock of the original city system to accompany the new Kickstarter?
No.
We've got new core in.
But not a massive restock, no.
Yeah. Was that a yes or a maybe on the Kickstarter being pushed to next year?
No, we'll do it this calendar year is the goal.
Yeah, we're trying not to do it next year.
We have a lot of we have a lot of hurdles we have to get over these next 2 months, and that'll kind of determine. We'll know by end of September what our fate looks like.
Noble's door there. I wish I could get that. Going to reprint that double door set before the CU. Man, there's a lot of really cool. The problem is, okay, here's the thing that Nate and I were talking about earlier in regards to these original city sets. A lot of the compositions only made sense if you backed the Kickstarter and don't make a ton of sense for the store afterwards, or if you're a new person just getting into it. And so we feel like we want to make a lot of reconfigs. How is there a double door pack for cities?
There's a door pack that has the double doors in it. They're hard to get. We may reprint them in Cities Untold. We have a list of like 5 pieces that we may reprint, and that's on the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing like a good.
Why would we?
All
right, so
with how busy Dwarven Forge is, do you guys get time to actually play D&D?
a little bit.
I haven't played in a very long time.
I play once a week.
It's true. You have your family game.
Yeah. I would love to play a grown-up game, like as a player, not a DM. But
Yeah.
to play once a week would be really fun.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I miss playing. Yeah. Giveaway? It's 5 minutes early for the giveaway, Mace.
Oh, be sure to remind us.
Yeah. Be sure to remind us when it's actually 8 o'clock. We'll wait till 8 o'clock.
second.
We're going to interrupt his opening spiel with the giveaway instead of doing it before cleanly transitioning to a new topic. It might be worse, but we have principles.
Wait a second. I think there's holes in this Hamlet, but we'll get there in a sec. Oh,
You know, I think there was a play written about that.
Yeah. We'll have to pull up the list in a sec. All right, so let's talk about the city. So what we're looking to do is a getting started with cities video, where we tell people how to get started with cities.
The basic idea is to have like something that is like very briskly paced, well edited, and goes through the beginning information that somebody would need to know if they're just now coming across like our stuff. So if you can see, we've got a getting started with Dwarven Forge video that just tells you like the very basics of like how our sets are structured, what modularity is, and like all that jazz. And then with Caverns, it walks through kind of the way that you build with Caverns, like get into like the building philosophy, what sets are available, and what you should be thinking about when you're looking at making purchases.
Well, what the options are, what the sort of different avenues are, whatever. We're trying to do the same thing here. I got to this piece. There's holes drilled in the top of it arbitrarily. I don't know what I was doing. No, I probably wanted to put pole accessories on the top of a wall for some reason, and like I don't know. So aside from sort of explaining how the posts and walls work, the one big thing we sort of early on want to cover is that there's generally two sorts of ways people use city stuff. You're either using it for interiors, so there's no roofs, there's generally not buildings built up on top of each other. It's kind of you're building out like the inside of 2 levels or 3 levels of a tavern or one big huge building or something like that. You're using it basically all interiors, generally combat, whatever, much like many RPG maps, whatever. Or people tend to use it to create villages, towns, cities, etc., where it's lots of small buildings or medium or large buildings, but covered with roofs and kind of scattered, and it's a whole scene, and you tend to be outdoors, either running around in the streets or maybe hopping on the roofs with the perches and whatnot. And we thought one good way to illustrate that was to actually do 2 different builds. Like take a hamlet and say, okay, you could use the hamlet to build an interior hamlet plus 1 or 2 accessory sets to build a interior type build, or take the same hamlet and add a couple of roof sets or whatever and make an exterior build. So I thought maybe that would be a fun one to do on the air, but we're kind of curious what else would you want to see going in to cities? Is there anything else we need to explain to them before we open that floor up to questions? And while they're pondering that, I want to go through this part list.
Part list?
On the Hamlet.
You're checking to checking to make sure you got everything.
Grab the wrong, or I think there's some stuff missing. There's only 1 door.
Thank you, Grey Raven, for spending 100 channel points to highlight the message Ham Jamlet.
Amazing. That you know what? That's our giveaway word. Is it giveaway time? I think it needs to be.
In a minute.
I think it's. All
right.
We got a ham jamlet.
Let's do that.
We're there.
And
ham
that way
for the win.
we're not wiping people. Okay, let's do the giveaway word right now so everybody can type that in, and then we're not. And then we can start having people like write in like their long messages about stuff so they don't get erased immediately.
So while they're ham jamleting, we can do the piece count,
All right.
And then we'll take real questions.
If you would like a chance to win a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card for the web store, which is available internationally, does not matter where you live. You do not have to be in the United States or even North America. Type Ham Jamlet, all one word, into the Twitch chat, and you will be automatically entered. It is not case sensitive. You can use it in a sentence if you like. Typing it more than once will not disqualify you.
Nor will it double your chances.
Nor will it double your chances. As long as you type the word Ham Jamlet, you will be entered to win a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card.
Is it a phrase or a word?
Ham Jamlet?
Yeah.
It's one word. It could be a phrase.
I don't know.
Radical
amazing.
is both a word and a phrase. You know?
It's the radical of space. Ham Jamlet.
Ham Jadical.
It's what I order. I'd like to order a ham jamlet with cheese.
Like a cheese, like a cheese and ham jamlet sandwich.
Can you pull up the ham jamlet, and
Jesus,
I can't even. And tell me the walls situation, because I'm only seeing.
All right, you want walls?
I want walls.
All right, I'll tell you some walls. 5 Tudor solid walls.
Check.
6 Tudor center window walls.
Check.
1 Tudor magnetic wall.
Check.
1 Tudor door wall with a city door.
All right, so that's one color door. Okay.
1 stone. I mean, that's just the same for stone.
Stone, except it has arrow slits.
And then stone door wall with city door. 5 stone solid walls.
Okay, so this is so there's only one door. One door in each flavor. That's why we had the doors in the roof pack. Okay, this is.
Because the way they get into the building is it's open. There's no door to go into the building attached to the. This is a weird. I know this is a very popular composition. It's a weird composition.
Well, it's only popular because it has variety and it's
good.
Price is good.
It's great bang for your buck. It is very weird to look. Oh, there are 2 arrow slit walls as well.
Yeah. Why did I? I'm trying to remember.
Why you did what you did?
City's composition. Yeah, there was a logic. I don't know what this logic is, but
Hamlet is weird till you had the roof sets. Yeah, but like if a new person's coming in, this is why we're doing this video, and this is why we're trying to like look at what we've got.
Well, let's see if
in the store for cities is like, how do we make this make sense to new people?
Can we do an interior with only 2 doors, 1 in each flavor? I mean,
no.
No,
that's what I was saying before. Is like the issue with this. Like this only works for exteriors, and even then, it's weird because it feels like you have 2 separate things instead of something that goes together.
All right, Chris is throwing down the gauntlet. He says this only works for exteriors. Let's take that gauntlet up.
We'd have to add a pack. We'd have to add something to like really make it work for interiors.
Well, you want to do a little cyber sleuthing. See if you can see. Do we have any packs that we? The roof pack seems like the most.
Honestly,
logical.
adding a roof pack is the thing that would let us do interiors here.
This is really.
Or we could just not use any roofs, and we could say it's a roofless interior build.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do an interior. Right? You said you couldn't do interiors.
So if we decide not to have roofs, we can do a roofless interior build.
Right, but it's still only 1 door.
Yes.
For 2, which is a challenge. Like, is there a pack that has doors that we have in stock?
There's that we have in stock is the question.
No, that's the eternal. That's the challenge.
All right, let me see.
They're the official surfing the internet.
Painted and in stock. That's just generally. Anything with doors. Tudor starter set only has 1 door.
Cottage has a door. A double.
We have in stock. Something we have in stock that will give us extra doors. Magnetic accessory add-on pack does not have doors.
The door pack has doors, but we don't have it.
We don't have it in stock. Bridge of Valor does not have doors. Ironically, the rune set would give you
Ruins?
a door.
How many?
1.
1 door.
And the Tudor runes are currently out of stock. We need to restock them.
So that kind of I wanted to rebrand this as a core set, but I feel hard pressed to like. It's hard to justify that with only 1 door.
What is this in stock that you speak of? Hey, we're getting better at it. Is Cities Untold supposed to be used in conjunction with previous cities or to replace it? That's another reason why we're doing this video.
another nature.
We are
classic.
not trying to invalidate the original cities. The new stuff is going to be able to do things that the original cities can't. However, it's still going to be having Tudor and Fieldstone buildings mixed in with your new stuff is going to let you have a more varied city.
You're going to be able to mix a bunch of the new things with the old stuff. So the scaffolding system, the wooden plank wall system, the new modular roof system, the courtyard wall system, all the accessories. We're going to have a couple of expansion pieces for Tudor and Fieldstone. So it's going to add possibilities to your existing stuff, and having the variety, being able to have some of this with this mixed with some of your the new stuff and old, it's gonna be like a real city. Like you have
I think
the flavors. It's gonna be great.
I think the best way to do this with one door is just to make it like a large tavern, just a very large open tavern.
The other thing is the wood, the rustic wood, is gonna play really nicely with the Tudor. Like there's gonna be a lot of complementary bits there. I think ideally.
Doesn't the bundle have 3 doors? The core set, yeah. I mean, the Tudor core set has 3 doors, but
has a normal number.
It's
of
also
doors.
a large pack, and I think he was trying to find something smaller that you just add to
Well,
a
the
Hamlet.
Hamlet is giant. Oh,
Hamlet's
yeah,
big.
yeah. We could add
A Hamlet plus a core set is a lot.
That's a lot. That's the definition.
Did I miss the giveaway? Massacon, you did not miss the giveaway. Type Ham Jamlet in the... He already got it. All right. Somebody's asking questions about Crit Roll. Queen's Finest. Critical Role has always bought our stuff. Matt and Liam were like buying our stuff before they were doing Critical Role. They're just like longtime fans. When we
users,
sponsored,
we call them users.
Yeah, users.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, they've always bought our stuff.
Whew.
Well, the new and old both look good over Catacombs.
Yes.
Yes. Hi, T-Cat. Thank you. Got to see your booth at Gen Con. See you guys play in the Great Gooey Dungeon Game Show.
Thanks.
Adding a set of each double doors to Hamlet would be choice. Yeah, but then we would have to get new pricing, and Hamlet would get a lot more expensive.
But I agree.
It'd be like Broadway prices.
Hey.
Ram Jam, Ham Jam.
That was a New York joke there.
Hey. I mean, it's generally a theater joke. I'm shocked how many people told him to say Ham Jamlet, and he just rolled with it. We genuinely... Worse things have happened on here.
Yeah.
What roughly is the price point for all sculpts?
All Dwarven Forge.
Everything we've made to have one of everything?
A lot. I don't even know. You can't even. They're not all in stock. Like I don't know how you would get like.
Especially if you're including resin.
You could probably just show up at Stefan's house and bring like a bottle of cheap vodka, and he'd give it to you. Give you one of everything.
Is there going to be a way to get Tudor or stone walls in the Kickstarter? We'll need to buy some core sets. We're not going to be selling the Tudor and stone in the Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's all new. It's going to be rustic wood and finely masoned ashlar stone.
We're trying to keep the new like Tudor and Fieldstone core sets in stock so that they will be there as options. Is there an everything package? No.
That'd be awesome.
Have you seen the recent bids for resin catacombs? Will that influence the desire to make new ones? The reason we don't make more resin is partially because Dwarven Knight's a superior material, but also largely like finding a place to make resin is really hard these days. The resin factory that we used for those sets does not like exist anymore.
We found casting in Dwarven Knights is better for us across the boards. We can do big casting runs, and the pieces they don't chip. They're not fragile. Like you don't have to worry about your kids playing with them or sliding them into a bag or taking them to a con or, I mean,
the reality
throwing
is
them in an airplane or shipping. We just threw stuff in boxes and shipped it to and from Gen Con. Like just poured pieces into boxes and shipped. Like it's amazing.
Are we seeing the new sets tonight? The sandstone in person looks way different in person. We're just looking at the original city stuff right now for the video. And hey, if you thought it looked different in person than on stream, it looks even more different now because Aaron's been doing some experimentation with the ashlar. Are short corner posts and double high corner posts going to be a thing in Cities Untold?
Double high, yes. Short hasn't made the cut yet, but anything could happen.
Is the idea of having the new shapes like character corners in Tudor and Fieldstone officially dead then?
Currently, yes. We're originally going to, yeah. Currently, yes, but it could evolve.
Terrified of everything I own that is resin, scared for ABS, but have no fear for my Dwarvenite. Yeah.
Yep.
Basically. Fencing at all? Yeah. I think we've shown that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have.
Got some plans. Although I don't know what, some things may end up dying.
Some things might get cut, yeah, but we have been developing fencing options. There's not going to be any ruins, no. We did not have space to do ruins.
Sorry, Rabbit.
He's not here today.
Oh. He's too tired for making that aqueduct.
Yeah. Hey, it's backbreaking work, Well,
there's like 32 rabbits. So
one of each small roof add-on pack is kind of perfect for the Hamlet set, really, says Drubicorn.
One of each. Yeah, 100% agree.
It'd be fun.
Then it gives you all the doors you need, gives you all the roofs you need.
It'd be fun if you swap the, if we're doing a tavern situation, if you swap that wall that is in the middle with a center window wall, and then you do the tavern accessories and you have a bar cutting off the other thing, that's like a food, like a food pickup window or something.
I love it. It's a great idea.
Will there be roofs only packs in the Kickstarter? Yeah, we're going to try to separate everything into its own packs so that you can fully customize what you're getting.
The roofs are going to be 2 colors too, so there's going to be a lot. Lots of choices. You'll be able to cherry pick your happy roof packs. I'm really excited for the new roofs. All right, so what I'm going to take one of these for now.
Is it just a small group of 6 to 10 people that run your company? Like, are you guys actually a small business? We're not 6 to 10 small, but we're small.
Yeah, we're like 18 people. So
yeah.
6 plus 10?
It's like under 20. And that's like including people who like work remotely. Like, as far as like in the studio, like the people that we see actually here.
12? What are we?
Yeah. You, me, Tyler, Mace, Toby, Aaron, Hamster, Miles.
You have 13 here?
Casey, Ray, Sil.
Eric J.
I think 13 people that ever actually step foot in this office, basically. And then remotely, we've got Eli, Michelle, Chuck.
Carrie.
Yeah, so I think sub 20 people. And that's after growing for the last few years. Yeah, we've like doubled the size of our team in the last 2 years, and we're still super small, considering what we do. Any notable accessories you're looking at for the new cities? We've shared some pictures of them.
We have a lot.
There's a lot of very cool stuff looking. Oh, you're doing the basement thing with the stone.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so we'll do.
When are we starting paid tours of Dwarven Forge headquarters? As soon as we actually have enough room for the people who are here.
We do free tours.
We do free tours.
Yeah.
Dude, anybody that's in New York, just immediately expect us to just let you into the studio.
I mean, we've done that.
No,
before.
please don't do that. I think that mixing the new sets into an existing city build of stone and Tudor might look a bit too random. It depends on how you mix it, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic.
Because there's differences in we've done mixing in Office. It really depends on like what you do. Like obviously you're not going to make a building that's like half Ashlar, half Tudor. But like kind of divisions in town of like this is where like these kind of buildings are. This is where these kind of buildings are. It's just kind of natural.
You could do a bottom floor of just rustic wood and an upper floor of Tudor. You could mix the rustic wood with the fieldstone. You could have
that'd be a half-ashed build.
Yeah,
nice.
You could use the rustic wood as the stable next to a building made of either or both of these. You could have ashlar as like the really nice. You could use the fieldstone as a foundation level for an ashlar build. We'll show all sorts of different combos as we actually have pieces.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
That's the main thing. We've shown some stuff, and like I don't even think we've shown you guys like even 20% of like what we're planning to do.
Well, that's the rub, right? It's the planning versus what can we actually get done in the timeline. Oh, here's the thing. If this is a subterranean basement, I'm running out of...
I feel like ashlar is going to be the hardest to intermix. Ashlar is definitely the one that stands out the most, which is why like it being like the one ashlar like big cathedral or like the big noble's manor or something, and it's a vastly different material than everything else, I think makes sense. It's like the whole thing of like this is where the money in the town went, you know?
Embezzled.
Yeah. You in New York City or upstate? We're in New York City. We came here because we love the rent.
It's really it's something. This is a little trickier.
Rustic wood and Tudor wouldn't look too bad together, especially alternating floors.
Yes.
Yeah, especially because like Tudor buildings often, when you look at like a lot of actual Tudor buildings, they will have like different material every floor, as like the building was like changed and added onto over time, which is like really fascinating.
So what I was thinking originally was this was going to be a subterranean basement level, and the problem is we don't have enough walls to cover it because half the walls are window walls, which doesn't make sense to have windows in your subterranean basement.
I'm gonna run this giveaway real quick.
So then, so then we can ask people questions.
Alicia Buns.
Congrats, Alicia.
Congratulations, Alicia Buns. I'm gonna whisper/private message you on here real quick. We just need whatever email you're using for your Dwarven Forge store account, and we will get you that card. I did spell it right?
Alicia
Yes, I
Buns.
did.
So I was gonna have this be like just do it, like map style where you have level. This is the basement level. This is the ground floor. Or there's not enough solid stone walls to do a basement without having a bunch of windows. I take it back. Let's see. We could. What do we have for? We have some closed shutters. Oh wait, I'm gonna make this cabinets. Okay. Wait, this might seem something.
Well, maybe the basement level is only half underground. It's built into a hill, so there are windows still.
I was thinking, but then it becomes a weird, like, you're asking people to use a lot of theater of the mind imagination in a train.
So you're saying that what we need to do is we need to add a bunch of wildlands escarpments.
Yeah.
So we need to add a bunch of escarpments.
Escarpment mega pack. Which
so we need to balloon this into like a $1,500 build to like really sell the narrative.
Just to show how to start.
Yeah, to show them how to get started with cities.
Yeah, simple basic start.
Cool.
All right, so
Great.
let's see how close this gets me. So I'm taking the closed shutters and I'm putting them in the windows, sort of sticking out a bunch, facing inside, so they form like cupboards, so it can be like a larder.
Oh, that's cool. They called me that in high school.
That gets really close. So if we forgot one floor, if we said, okay, forget this guy, and
you could also not stack it and just have it by the side and just say like, oh, then when they go down into it, you can pull out this map.
Well, it doesn't matter if they're stacked or not. I'm just sort of trying to find the logic. Like my theory is you would lay them out side by side and say this is level, this is the basement level, this is the ground floor, and whatever. But like you can't have windows if it's underground. That's killing me. Okay, but I can do a square.
Could
you have a door?
Could you make a boarded over window insert for Untold?
Who wants that?
Masticon.
Done, Masticon.
Yeah, let's add that to the production queue right now. Let's get them going on that.
Did we not show that already?
I think we did.
Yeah.
I honestly can't remember.
All right, let's show one. We didn't show anything like we didn't show anything.
We're doing beans?
Yeah, it's not bean if we've already shown it.
Man,
refried bean.
We've barely done anything for our actual mission statement for the stream tonight. We're just on a lot of tangents tonight. That's fine. Can't believe we're doing beans. Yeah,
Well,
we've seen it. Okay, so they're refried beans. Got it. That's fine. How'd y'all get started? I got started through a series of accidents, and now they're stuck with me.
huh.
I came out to help with video and Hellscape, and then was like, man, it'd be really cool if you guys did some streaming. I think people would be really interested in seeing like the behind the scenes of how a company like this works and how you make these pieces, because nobody else really makes stuff the way that we do. And there are like crafting streamers, and like those are always like really fascinating. Like Bro XH is just like this like I think he's Australian. He might be a New Zealander. He just like does like wood carving on stream, and it's like fascinating.
Oh, let's do wood carving on stream.
Yeah, we can.
I was gonna say we've been denied, but I found one.
The boarded up window.
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So they are confirming we have shown it before. So these are refried beans.
Refried beans.
Yeah.
The back needs to be extended a little bit. It doesn't quite fit, but.
Nice.
Little guy.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah. We have an apple pie windowsill too, Arcadia. Don't worry. And the other.
I keep forgetting that you can read off of that monitor.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Production of drunken townsfolk would be cool. How would you know they were drunk?
They're. You can use it as like a little.
Yeah, you can also just like leave it there as a.
Or detritus or something. Yeah, you could do it. There's all sorts of fun bits you can do with this. Go nicely with the.
Can they double
docks.
as a boardwalk lined up? Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, that's immediately.
Oh, we have a better boardwalk.
We do.
The boardwalk.
But you can use that in combination with the
Yes.
boardwalk pieces.
Or works with your docks or.
Yeah.
Yeah. So board it up.
You already do dwarfenite carving on stream. That is true. It's actually been a while since you like pulled out power tools. I guess because you haven't been in your workshop.
It's getting better
The streams
and
in your
better.
workshop, you just like would pull out a drill and just go like, why don't we just put a hole in this?
I mean, that's just what I do. Like when I'm in there, the only difference when I'm streaming versus not is I just have music blaring when I'm not streaming. But it's it. I'm just sitting there like just saying, how can I? What sort of dangerous thing can I do to this piece of foam? And then do it.
Will there be biscuit accessories? Yes.
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, there'll be gravy for the biscuits. Don't worry.
Oh.
Refried beans means double prizes in the giveaway. Unfortunately, we already rolled the giveaway, so like we already kind of closed the door on that.
I like that logic though. It's really
Next time.
strong. I support this. You know what? The Gooey Cube, doing that Gooey Cube game was so fun because it was a giveaway palooza. Mm-hmm. It was just
You do
like,
love giving things away like nonstop.
giveaways. It was just, and it was like, it was actually too many giveaways for me. I'm like, come on, you gotta find a faster way to do this because he kept taking away from game time from doing all these giveaways. I'm like, we could like, if you could automate this, you could just keep the thing going. And but anyway, yeah, it was a giveaway palooza.
Just like what you gave away. You just like back when we were streaming from your garage, and it was just like I have this whole box full of unpainted passage walls.
I'm so happy they got a good home and got painted.
Yeah, he actually painted them all. Oh yeah, Yak, I did show him your
That was
picture
amazing.
of the
Warmed my heart.
the passages. Was the giveaway rolled? It was. Yeah, Alicia Bones won.
Alicia Bones. All right, so here's what I'm thinking.
What's
we
up?
got boom, boom. Which order we put them in this one? Go left to right. Let's see what we can do. So not so pretty because they're big squares right now, but it's something. It's a start. So this would be the subterranean basement level, which would have a ladder. We could do stairs. I only have. Oh, I do have a stairs for. Let's go flip it. Right now I have a trapdoor going down to it. Well, leave it for now, the trapdoor, but I can change. Trapdoor going down to it. Then there's stairs up here. This is like an upper level, like the little, I don't know, the owner of the inn lives there. Everything else is just a downer level. There's a basement. We have one stone bit, a balcony, one stone floor, a bunch of stone walls left over. We have a railing. Oh, we could do a railing situation. I don't know how you'd get through.
I was thinking if we added a tavern accessories pack to like really make it an interior, then we'll have the bar to put there.
Yeah. Let's.
Do you have a tavern accessories pack on you?
Sure do.
Nice. Always keep it on me. Oh, well, that's probably not the cleanest way to... All right.
Dwarvenite.
Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Okay, somebody's going to have to pick that up eventually.
Tyler.
He went home.
Okay.
He went home
He's smart
an
man,
hour and a half
smart
ago.
man. Yeah. I don't know. We could go.
If you turn that corner post around, it'll
we could go the other way.
Yeah.
The thing. Here's what you know what? Okay. I'm gonna one up you one more. What if? Because I just happen to have it. I forgot it. Maybe this is too bonkers. Magnetic walls pack would solve a lot of the wall problems.
That is true. And it gives you a lot more decorations for the tavern.
Let's do it. Let's. Now we're gonna have too many walls, but you know it's okay. Let us use everything. All right. So, do we? There's just like 9 in signs hanging up the side of this building.
They got to make sure that you can see what it is from every direction. So I think this is going to be $500. I mean, at this rate. Well, okay. So tavern accessories and magnetic walls, I think, are both like 50 or around 50. So you add that to a Hamlet. Hamlet's what, 250 about?
I think so.
It's around 250. So we're looking at around 350.
You know, what's a Cavern's Core Mega? Like, what did we do in that in
Cavern's
Cavern's
Core
video?
Mega is 230.
We did a Cavern's Core Mega plus a terrain tray plus banks plus stalagmites plus a natural bridge, like, right?
We didn't do that much.
Yeah, we did.
You can buy a couple. You can buy a couple builds there.
We did the big lava one. It was
that was a Mega, the bridge, and banks.
Banks and a terrain tray.
And a terrain tray. No docks.
Yeah.
Or stalagmites. No stalagmites.
No stalagmites. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a still, I don't know what the bridge is, whatever. But yeah.
Didn't we end up not making it that big though? I thought like we ended up cutting that one down.
No, it had Banks Bridge, Mega.
Oh, it was a year ago.
Train tray.
We'll see.
I just watched it the other day to try and figure out what we could do for this next one. All right, so
yeah, it should be around 350.
Yeah, put some stuff down here. Put a thing by the.
Got the mag pack yesterday. Can't believe I didn't have that already. It's a great pack, but I think it's a very weird thing to try to. This is partially why we're making this video, right? I think that there actually are some good packs in the cities compositions, but it's hard to understand when you're coming at it from the outside and you're not used to cities already to understand exactly how this stuff works, which is why we want to do this video. Okay. Dinah says tavern accessories are 50, magnetic add-on is 60, Hamlet's 265, so we're looking at 375 for this.
Cool.
It's not terrible.
Oh, for the big end.
To be like a massive like here's a big
do.
tavern with a big basement. Yeah.
Big tavern, big basements. What else do you need? Put this on the wall.
Soon to be plus 20% though. Yeah, that's true. Oh God.
Why?
We're gonna raise prices and everybody's gonna abandon us. Nobody's gonna want our stuff anymore.
They'll just have 20% less of our stuff. That logic holds, right?
Everybody's gonna be mad at us.
Well, they're always mad at us.
That's not true.
Purple Gate.
We don't get people like we very rarely. We only have a couple people that get mad at us on a regular basis. Outside of that, people are usually pretty chill.
Fair.
Getting back to painting my first Wildlands bank after a couple weeks busy with other things. Just discovered that my painting notes are incomplete and I don't remember what colors I used for what. I'm sorry, man. You were doing a custom scheme, yeah? You weren't following the guides.
Isn't it the worst when past you makes mistakes that modern you has to like deal with?
I mean, I can't imagine what that's like. I say as we're trying to figure out how to make the original city builders compositions make sense.
Fools. I might knock this out to get. I guess I need it for this. Well.
When the store sells out immediately, it only makes sense to raise prices a bit. Yeah, but we're not raising prices on the stuff that sold out immediately.
Yeah.
The Wildlands stuff is staying the same.
But yeah, right. It means there's enough demand.
Mr. Feelgood brings a good point. He says even though he just spent $2K on Wildlands, he's going to call it after a 20% price hike.
Yeah. That's it. I'm out. So what do people? So how else can we help people get started with cities? Like, what else would you need to see?
That's the big question. Yeah,
Right?
like
What else? What else should we show? What else would be helpful to see? What else? I don't know, what are the other key things to impart to new people that are trying to get into the city builder system, or might be wondering why? Why would I get into the city?
what am
builder
I
system?
looking at? Wilderness Encounter says he'd rather pay more if it pays for modular ships. So he's got to make that promise. We will eventually.
Yes, at some point.
We will eventually make modular ships. As much as we need people to know that it's not happening this next Kickstarter, so like we're really adamant about that. But genuinely, we're so excited by the idea, and we talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
We just can't do it with this Kickstarter.
You know, I was looking at Spelljammers and going, well, you could do, and then I was like, oh, the upside down gravity thing, like, I don't know.
Because Spelljammers is cool.
There are aspects. Yeah.
Like the game part and the lore part and the visuals part.
Like, I don't know.
God, the chat's blowing up now.
Oh, no.
Because we're talking about Spelljammers and modular ships.
Yeah. Well, anyway, at some point we'll do modular ships when we can do it right.
Sell me on that advanced builder set. What's in the advanced builder set?
Which advanced builder set?
I'm assuming cities. What is in the cities advanced builder?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's resin stuff. Advanced builder set. What set is this?
Boy, I have a lot of extra walls now.
Well, we use the phrase advanced builder too many times.
What we
Stone advanced builder?
Advanced building. Oh yeah, that one's amazing. That lets you. That has the 2x4.
2x4 stone floor.
Yeah.
Got a lot of pieces that you don't even see outside of this set. Actually, it has the tall corner post.
None of them. It was.
Stone wall riser.
It does have the gargoyle post.
It has that extreme offset door wall that
Yeah.
like.
That was made. This was all
where
stuff that
it
was
comes
made
with the
in-
corner post.
This was so castles followed on the heel of.
This was to work with castles.
It was to work with
Right.
castles, and it was to fix some of the things or add things to cities that I wished we'd done the first time around. That's sort of a scenario.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, this came out with castles, not with cities.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This was a cities expansion in the castle set.
Yeah,
Forgot about this.
The extreme offset doors was so that they could line up with the crenellations. 2x4s was to help fix some of our geometry there. The double high was to feed the gatehouse. It was all basically just trying to make it work with
Hope Stone
castles.
Advanced Builders restock someday. It's a tricky thing where because it's supposed to work with castles, castles is like such a tough thing for us to touch.
But it doesn't.
It doesn't just work with castles.
It's so much more.
Yeah.
It's like it's a really good.
It's one of those packs though that also it doesn't do anything by itself. So like you need to already have like a stone. You need to already be started on stone. But at least you do really cool stuff. Do you think we would be able to sell enough to justify
Yeah, it's
making
a
a run
one.
of it?
It's a good one to.
Or do you think it should be
run.
reconfigured?
I can't remember what all's in it. Maybe we'd break the 2x4s.
It's got the extreme offsets.
We could split it in half.
2x4s, short walls, short door walls, risers, and the tall corner posts. Doesn't say anything about gargoyles.
What? Back to the question at hand though. What do people
Yeah.
need? Like what else?
I think the biggest thing is if you are new and you haven't gotten into cities, or if you have recently gotten cities and it took you a while to like get into it, what were the things that were confusing, or what were the things that you still don't understand about it? What are things that you need cleared up to feel comfortable like getting into cities? Because we think that before Cities Untold, it's going to be easier for you to understand what we're doing there if you have played around with cities already. And like this video, we also want to be a good resource for when you're going into the Cities Kickstarter to get like a good grasp of the basics of that system. So what about City Builder is confusing to you guys from the outside? Because from the inside, we miss some of this stuff because we spend all day around it. Issue for me is you're out of the items you need to supplement the hamlet, i.e. stone roofs and walls and doors. Lack of product, I feel, is more the issue than not understanding it. Yeah.
That is a very valid point.
And that's the thing, like, we're looking at it.
We can't solve that with this video.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We can't solve it with the video. So what are things that are addressable information-wise?
Well, because the other problem, too, is, like, what Chris and I were talking about today is, like, none of these city sets have been reconfigured since the Kickstarter, right? So they were all designed to sort of work within the framework of a Kickstarter, and it's been 6 years or whatever. So, like, a lot of those sets need to be reconfigured, which further makes it difficult. But aside from all the logistics, like just fundamentally the system and how you'd use it, where you could buy in and whatnot, what guidance would be helpful?
Okay, there's a number of good things in here, so I'm just gonna rapid fire a bunch of them off. If there's something that you need to pause on, let me know. Masticon says, one issue was having to buy a pack that was half Tudor and half Fieldstone, talking about the Hamlet.
Yeah.
I held off for years because of that. I'd rather have a big set that was just one, which I think was solved by the cores.
We did talk about that too, where that was like the big problem with Hamlet. Like
that's why we did those.
Like the magnetic wall pack, you get half of each, and it, like, rather than just one that's Tudor and one that's stone. Yeah.
Bakui says, I just got my one city builder house. It's not modular per se, but it is just nice to have a house to plunk down when needed. Yeah. For like an exterior, like doing like it like really helps set a scene to just have a cottage you can plop down. Valthrine says, city, this is actually interesting. Cities just seems like a bunch of small buildings that can be made into big buildings. I just bought a Tudor starter for a tavern, but after that, I'm not really sure what other cool uses there are. Which is a thing that we're going to go into, is like, where is the flexibility in these
What
sets?
else would I do with this?
Yeah. What else would you do other than like making a tavern? As it says,
is that not enough?
as it says, he didn't have an intuitive grasp of the size of the pieces until he had them in hand. They're smaller than he thought. The nice thing about the video is it will have you handling them, which should help with some of that scale, and we'll put minis in.
Just said they didn't realize how big Titan's tooth was. Like, scale is like a continuous
Scale's a tough thing to nail when you're looking at miniatures.
Yeah.
It'd probably be a much better video if you use close to $1,000 worth of stuff. That's a good point. We should just bring the rack in.
And roll in the rack and just go. Just build.
I guess streamlining the cities would be nice. There's almost too many core sets. Can you just have a core set, choose your flavor, and a couple expansions, roofs separately? I think it's what we need. We have, like, I feel like the core sets are where they need to be. We've got a good core and a good...
It's everything else.
But then it's like, we've still got, like...
a hodgepodge, and it's all out of stock.
And then we still offer, like, we have, like, the Tudor starter and the Hamlet, and, like, all this stuff. I'm like, I don't know if we need to keep all of them anymore. But, like, ways to make the roofs more accessible, ways to make different wall options and stuff more accessible. A lot of that stuff, I think, is important. Don't have cities yet because my party's never in the city. However, the system itself makes sense. It would be nice to have them more integrated with other biomes, though. We are planning on doing a lot of cross-biome stuff.
Showing how it works.
My main concern getting into it is how to make the city stuff feel like a tavern or shop or whatever and not just a room or house. A lot of that is the dressing, which we're going to get into dressing in the video. And I think a large part of it is we didn't have a ton of dressing options, really.
Negligible. We
in
had
the initial cities.
Tavern set in Wicked City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is one thing that we're hoping to fix with Cities Untold, is having just a lot of like really cool bespoke. And we've shown some of those. Like the LED fireplace is very cool. The kitchen is like a really cool thing. Those burlap curtains. Like we're getting a lot of like interesting dressing that I think will change the same room into like a very different room, just on how you're dressing it. On the is this ever going to come back topic, is the Tower Battlements add-on pack ever going to come back? Castle stuff is just hard.
Yeah, I don't know what...
It should.
Here's the problem. The challenge with castles is that it takes a lot of inventory to make anything, and we keep putting... We have a limited war chest, and we keep putting the war chest towards core sets and dungeons and things that are moving, and castles isn't really moving because we need to get a bunch of stuff to make castles move, but we don't want to get a bunch of stuff because we want to keep the other stuff moving. So it's sort of been a war chest issue.
Yeah.
But it sure would be. There's so much cool stuff to do with castles. I'd love to keep pushing it. But.
You have to highlight the difference between using city tiles and just using dungeon tiles with the interior accessories. Yeah, we're going to start off with like literally just a breakdown of like this is how this builds. Like this is how this stuff goes together, because I think the peg system is not something people would necessarily understand by just seeing pictures for the first time.
Also, you can do verticality with this original city system. Not as well as we're going to be able to do with Cities Untold, but you can do verticality in a way, like I can just pop this, let's see, right, I can just, aside from that, this stair, I have to move, I can pop this on here in a way that I can't with dungeons easily.
Yeah, Stargazing Kiwi is kind of doubling down on a thing earlier, saying, showing like how to make a prison, how to make a store, how to make basically how to like turn these pieces into bespoke locations. Honestly, too many choices. There are 2 rune sets for tutor. Yeah, we need to kill the
old runes.
Yeah, because we actually had that as we had an accident with the shipping the runes core to, or no, not shipping the runes core, but Letitia got confused when she was making the prices for the stuff there, so she actually sent the tutor runes add-on pack price instead of the actual like tutor runes core set.
To who?
At Gen Con, when it was getting us the little standees with the prices on them and stuff, because we still have like that old rune set.
Because there's 2 sets that have basically the same name.
Yeah, which some of that is like we just need to clear out sets where it's like we shouldn't have these anymore.
Well, funny enough, I just made a little jail cell for fun over here. Let me see this thing.
If you kill the old runes, you need to make the fire pieces available elsewhere. Yeah, and we should make the fire pieces available elsewhere for sure.
I took the let me pop this one. I did an interior wall with the window, barred window, and then I put these are the railings, the wooden railings. I just put 2 of those vertically here to make a cell door. I mean, I don't know how you get somebody in there, but it was a fun little way to jail something up.
Arget brings up a good point. I understand selling magnetic accessories with the magnetic walls, but I wish they were separated because I only need so many walls, but accessories are a great way to change existing pieces.
Yeah.
It's something that we're doing with like the dungeon reconfigs and stuff, and I think it's what we want to do going forward is having those split.
Bundle up a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. And we should reconfig the city stuff. Maybe we can use Cities Untold as a way to like kind of subsidize and have like these relaunches of those packs in the Pledge Manager or something.
Mm-hmm.
Offer those accessories packs, like reconfigured.
We could also cross, like we could bundle up. We don't need to just have the accessories from cities in one. Like we could do a magnetic mega pack or whatever. You could bundle up some of the best magnetic accessories from Caverns Deep with Dungeons of Doom or whatever.
I'm trying to keep up with the chat very desperately.
Very hard.
Yeah. Everybody has ideas. Cities was weird for me because I am not in a position to get a ton to make a cool city block. So at most, I will ever need your occasional house, inn, interior, etc. And that's a completely valid way to build, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to like fill a whole table.
Most people aren't building water deep.
Yeah. In a way, I'm almost more interested in village builder systems, small huts, hovels, houses, farms, and gardens.
Well, Cities Untold might be very appealing to you then.
One problem with cities was I had to buy the hamlet in order to get the good balcony, short posts, and railings. Yeah, that stuff being stuck in a $250 pack is not great.
I mean, it's the same problem that we still have with a bunch of the Caverns Deep pieces. We still have with some of the Dungeons of Doom pieces. Like there's pieces that are hard to get and buried that we need to dig out, reconfigure, and get into packs that are easier to buy.
The reality is, and this is something we've talked about a couple times.
You got to back the Kickstarter. You have to get in a time machine, go back and get the Kickstarter so you can get the stuff at that time. And it's the only time all this stuff is available easily is during
That's the reasonable thing to expect. That's something we've talked about a couple times. And if you're new here, you might not have heard that stuff. Basically, for a long time, this company survived off of the Kickstarters. And so all the set choices and everything were made just off of what makes sense for this Kickstarter right now, with not a lot of thought about how is it going to affect people coming in and getting things from the web store later. And so there's like some really weird compositions where it's like we need to change these things. The problem is then we have to get new prices from the factory to make a new set. So the prices will be higher if we're reconfiguring these pieces like 6 years later than when the factory initially like priced them. It's a whole thing. But yeah, we agree. Like there's like some pieces being stuck in like big sets. It sucks, and we're trying to like reconfigure, but it's basically like looking back through like the last 10 years of stuff we've been making and trying to fix all of that while developing new things.
Well, that's the challenge, is doing it while we're trying. We're sort of all hands on deck to get Cities Untold launched, and like we've been working on this dungeon reconfigures have been sitting for months, right? We had like with Chuck. When was the last time you were poking around a composition, 9 months ago or something, 6 months ago? We have those pieces that are sculpted and waiting, like just there's only so many people hours and so much focus.
And then only so much that the factory can do at once as well. And then only so much capital that we have to have them making things for us. We have to be selective about where we're putting our money until we make it back off of the restocks and all that.
This isn't so bad, though. I'm looking at this thing. Like,
it's getting better, yeah.
It feels like, let's hop up a little higher. Ugh.
But yeah, like the railings and stuff being like there are like when I looked at that magnetic wall pack for the first time today, and I was like, I didn't even know we had some of these accessories.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Why are we killing the runes? It's the old like Tudor runes add-on pack. Like we're not going to do that anymore. Like we made that new runes configuration because it works
the
better.
Configuration plays better with the pieces.
Yeah.
So. All right, so we've got, let's see, we've got the main floor, which is sort of your standard issue tavern in there. It's kind of going with the blue theme because we got a lot of blue, right? So we got the blue curtains, we got the blue hangings, we got the blue dragon head. Like somebody got drunk and knocked over a stool here. There's the trapdoor down that'll take you into the basement and stairs up. That would then take you to, I don't know what we do up. We have the upstairs is just right now, it's just a empty upstairs. And then we got a basement. There's some sort of little back room where they're doing something terrible. I put red curtains on the floor to cover the stair hole. Maybe there's a secret thing under there. This is sort of like storage using these cupboards and magnetic bits, and then some sort of like cell. They got somebody locked up in the basement. But there's still a bunch of leftover, kind of left with a lot of unused pieces back there.
How much would this cost, Zand? Well, this is a Hamlet plus tavern accessories plus the magnetic walls, right? So we're looking at around $370. I think is what the math we just did before the price increase. But I think all three of these are in stock, so
yeah, you could actually build this right now.
Yeah, so you can get it before the price increase, because price increase isn't happening until September 1st. Wildlands packs are actually really good setups for getting everything available in smaller packs. That was what we were going for. There's still a couple things that I think we missed on in Wildlands that we will need to address, but for the most part, we don't actually have to do a lot of reconfiguring. We just have to like decide which packs we're holding on to and which ones we're cutting. And it honestly, like, it came out better than I was afraid it would when I was like looking through the sets. Like, I think it's good. Any chance for restock on puzzle tiles or the puzzle tiles encounter?
Oh, that's a fun one.
Yeah, we are interested in it.
Puzzle floors are cool. I regret not. I wish instead of the hole in the bottom to poke them out, we'd done them the same way. Oh, man, this is double post. Ugh. Same way we did these trapdoors. So Eli rigged these up so there's a little notch in the back, so you can just push it down and it pops up. So it's if we'd done that with the puzzle floors, so you could flip them. Like, it's a real pain to have to pick them up to get them out to change them. Like if your players do something and it affects if you want to have different symbols pop up or the thing glow or change or whatever, it's a real pain. Like executionally on the table, it's my one regret. But otherwise, I really loved the is a good one.
Do sidewalks fit in the stairway hole? The 1x2s do. Yeah. I think it's the 1x2s.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 1x2s actually fit super cleanly into the stairway holes. It's very funny. Why not do a restock Kickstarter and let people buy the things they really want through pre-order? New stuff's awesome, but you have great stuff in the vault too. Stuff us newer fans would like to toss money at you for. I don't think we can do a Kickstarter that is just new, that is just old stuff. However, we've been talking about, like including stuff like that in the Pledge Manager as a way to, one, like kind of help like subsidize making some reconfigurations that we might want to make, or just to bring back like some packs that we haven't restocked in a while. Yeah. The only thing there is like, would you want to wait a Kickstarter length of time for those pieces, you know?
Although if we could, we could probably do it on GameFound.
Yeah.
Right, like
do it as like a separate thing from our usual Kickstarter. I don't know. The point is, yeah, we've thought about it. I don't think we would do a full Kickstarter that is just restock stuff, but yeah.
But you never know.
You never know. We've been flirting
and growing and evolving. And
yeah, we've been looking at those options. We've got 3 people saying yes, do GameFound.
Why the support for GameFound? I'm not against it. I'm just curious what people like about the platform.
That's true, because I've used GameFound a couple times as a backer. It seems like from a running it standpoint, having everything integrated is really nice.
So much better for running it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like they built Kickstarter 10 years after the fact with all the knowledge that, you know, and actually made changes like to how Kickstarters are actually run versus Kickstarter who hasn't done anything.
Topula says has a much better UX, which makes sense. UX for both the backers and the people running it, honestly.
Front end and back end.
Yeah.
Integrated stretch goal system, like the whole thing. Like they built a really smart.
9 says, honestly, it would be better to separate the Kickstarter and pre-order initiatives. Yeah, so like we keep like the reputation of like Kickstarters as being like the huge new things or something.
Yeah, because that's how what Kickstarter should be.
Yeah. Because Kickstarter, the company, sucks. Well, what company doesn't these days? Kickstarter sucks and hasn't changed features in years. Yeah, we've been upset about it, honestly.
They had one feature. They had Kickstarter Live where you could stream right on the page. And
the weird thing is they made it
did a countdown. They had a countdown on your Kickstarter page. Say next live video here, see the replay last one, and like they got rid of it. They had one feature, they got rid of it.
They made it, and they made it worse too.
Yeah,
like that's the thing that kills me is like they made the page worse.
It's easier to make a good-looking MySpace page than it is to make a good-looking Kickstarter page.
We should run a campaign on MySpace.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Does it still exist?
Yeah.
Really?
It's mostly a music thing now. Yeah. Wish GameFound was more mature, but it takes time and money. They've only been around for like 2 years, right?
They just need a bigger user base. It'd be great.
Searchable, editable comments. Editable, not edible.
Edible comments, they're delicious. All right, so let me take some pictures.
I've seen lots of Kickstarters that unlock items based off the sales they get in the Pledge Manager. Yeah. I've seen a couple Kickstarters do that. Don't know, I hear they're raising prices. Oh, people are saying, because I said that all companies like suck these days, people are saying Dwarven Forge doesn't suck. And then somebody, Drupacorn said, I don't know, I hear they're raising prices.
Amazing.
Guess I backed 5 things on GameFound. Yeah, somebody said like probably less traffic on GameFound. It is true that like Kickstarter is the Kleenex of crowdfunding, but also
they gather
GameFound
up all the boogers.
But also because GameFound, like there are so many projects on Kickstarter that like sorting through it is a lot. GameFound has way less stuff, so it's easier to be like the big thing on there, and they're also exclusively gaming focused.
We get a lot of discovery on Kickstarter.
Yeah,
it's definitely helpful for us.
But there have been big campaigns. They had like a campaign that did 5 million on GameFound, so it's not like it can't work.
It just can't work.
It just works. We can chat on ICQ? Hell yeah. Let's do it. Dude, that had like some of the best sound design of any. I miss ICQ's like sounds.
What's ICQ? Oh, ICQ. Yeah.
ICQ was like it was an IRC chat client.
This was like the early aughts, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I was way too young to be using it.
Yeah, well, didn't look how you turned out.
Look at how I turned out. I'm fine. Before I went out for ICQ, they'll bring it back. It'll be as an NFT like marketplace, but it'll come back. Doofers will go wherever Dwarven Forge goes. Yeah, but we also want to find new people.
Newfers.
I mean, you guys are great, but
you know, I heard you guys raise your prices.
Yeah. We need new people who will pay 20% more. Oh my god. GameFound supports items that will only fulfill if you have enough people add them. Seems good for pre-order sets you wouldn't be sure about. I didn't realize they had that feature. That's pretty sick.
It's in the Pledge Manager. They have like
so their Pledge Manager is actually like more
They have an
functional.
integrated Pledge Manager also. Yeah, they have a...
Oh yeah, Dungeons and Lasers uses GameFound. It seems to be working for them. Experiment with sci-fi on GameFound if you want to try it out.
Yeah.
Maybe. Smaller, lower stakes thing.
Yep. All right, let me try...
Still sad we can't pre-order for restocks. That needs to change. Tons of stuff ordered right now if it'd be sent to me at some point in the next year.
Wait, what was it? They can't pre-order?
We don't do pre-orders for restocks.
Yeah, it may evolve at some point. Not yet, but quite possibly.
It's above my pay grade. Well, gotta find new people who don't know they raise prices. That's true.
Yeah,
you guys know all of our dark secrets. We gotta find people who.
Dark secrets.
Yeah. Do the floor pieces have magnets in them? These ones don't. Cities was before we did magnets. However, in Cities Untold, those will have magnets because it's after we discovered magnets exist. When they invented magnets in 2018, 2019?
It was the Insane Clown Posse actually invented magnets.
Ah, true. ICP, not to be confused with ICQ. Although they are both phenomenal social platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Renowned.
Made a lot of friends through the Insane Clown Posse. Actually, there were a lot of juggalos in my hometown.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Wait, why doesn't that surprise? All right. Wait.
Because, wasn't it? This was Washington or Oregon, right?
Yeah, Washington. Yeah, Washington, but almost in Oregon.
Yeah.
That is true.
That feels like ICP territory.
Yeah. It's territory for a lot of really questionable groups.
Yeah. Enough said.
Great idea using GameFound for sci-fi. Sci-fi should be a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Fight about it.
Ooh.
Fight each other in chat.
We can have a Kickstarter to see which platform Kickstarter we should use for it.
How much restock stuff is restock stuff constrained by what's in the molds?
Surprisingly, it definitely affects it.
Yeah, because if we end up making a bunch of extra stuff that isn't going into a set, mold configurations can like really screw us over if we're not careful. Where's your hometown? Longview, right? Pain. Yeah, my hometown is the place that sucks so bad that Green Day wrote a song about how boring it was.
That's famous.
That's our claim to fame. Washington and Oregon are really similar states, to be fair. Look, Eastern and Western Washington are already completely different states. You go over those mountains and get to like the farmland. It looks nothing like the Western Washington.
Same with Jersey. You get to the farmland out in Western Jersey, it looks like it's. Is
there a timeline as when we could see a KS3 restock? We've been putting some of the stuff in there. Do we have anything coming in this next? The thing is, like, it wouldn't be a restock that's like a bunch of KS3 stuff. Yeah, okay, so there's a couple things.
Okay, it's
The
three
the
stock.
double post add-on pack and the Gables are being restocked in this next container, and Imperial Streets.
Wait, you heard it here first?
Yeah,
Imperial
yeah.
Streets?
All three of those things are coming in this container. So, yeah, we're not doing like a set, like here's a ton of city stuff, but like we've been restocking city stuff gradually.
Oh, breaks my heart.
What's up?
Oh, I was trying to get crafty and I was trying to do a cool stone fortified building using just the straight Crenellations assortment pack, because that's all we have in the store. And I'm discovering I'm short on corners, which is a bummer. So I guess I can just do it. I can do a rectangular one, and it's fine. It's just not, I want to whine about it. This laid plans. That's frustrating.
Lived in Washington and Oregon, got stories and opinions. Yep. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have stories and opinions anywhere you...
Oh, I didn't say that was Orion.
Yeah, but I'm
I
saying
also do
anybody.
have stories and opinions.
No,
Yeah.
a person. Any human that has lived anywhere will have some stories and opinions.
Most people who don't live in Portland have opinions about Portland. Yeah. Yeah. I was close enough to Portland. I spent enough time in Portland to...
You did your time?
Yeah. I've been to Powell's twice, so... I think I can tell you everything about the Big Donut.
The Big Donut.
Yeah. Hey, Spouted Floor. People like that one. Spouted Floor is being restocked? Oh, yeah. It was weird to me. I was like, we just did this big Hellscape restock.
I don't know. I think it missed the boat or something.
You think they made it and it was just sitting there?
I think it was done as part of the last run. There's no way we just did that one yellow.
Hey, you want to make that special mixture for just this one pack?
No,
Because the reason we did all the Hellscape stuff at once was because the casting color, to like mix that casting color, it would have been way more expensive to like spread it out over time. So it's like do all of this mixture at once.
There was some confusion anyway with there was factory confusion with Hellscape, and I think that maybe somehow got pulled into it. I don't know, because it doesn't make sense that they wouldn't just cast 1,000 floors and call it a day in that yellow. Like that yellow is a nightmare.
Lived in Stella Coombe, Washington for a year. Beautiful, much less rain than Tennessee. There's much less rain in that part of Washington. Go to the west side and woof.
Go to the west side and woof.
Yeah.
I guess I could
What
do
castle packs is Nate using there, and are they in stock?
Yes.
This is the Crenellations.
Crenellation assortment.
Straight Crenellations assortment pack. We have like 80 of them in stock, I think. Something like that.
It has it has these little guys that you could take your...
I think we have like 30. We have like 30 painted and like 80 unpainted, I think.
buckets of oil.
Yeah.
And it has the battlement transition pieces, which are just delightful, in the high crenellated corners. And it's got 4 of these straight crenellations for doing your walls. It's a good little mix. It was the mix for people who had crenellations from cities. Original cities, because we did our first crenellation.
Okay, here's a big. Okay, so we definitely
labeled DF in case you wondered where it came from.
So we definitely were right about this. A lot of people in chat right now are going like, "Oh, that actually makes an interesting little keep," and they're like, "Oh, I like this fortified building look." The stone buildings were designed to be like little keeps and like castle stuff like this. I don't think it comes across when you see it in the store.
We did walls and crenellations to try and castle up the original city. Mm-hmm. Like it was part of the
and I think a lot of people who weren't there for those Kickstarters, when they come in, they don't realize that the stone buildings are supposed to be able to be turned into like guard barracks and stuff.
Well, that's why we're gonna have to show.
And so yes, that's why we need to. So yeah, we have a section in the video where we talk specifically about that, where we talk about like the fun thing about the fieldstone buildings is that they're made with the same stuff as the castles, and we have these expansions to be able to make like fortified buildings and barracks and stuff like that. Yep. So we definitely need to hit on that. And we were planning to, but like, so good. It's good to see that that's like, it's good to see that's, because this reaction.
I wish we had the crenellation set we made during cities would have been perfect for this, because it was designed for it. It had more corners.
if we, you know what, if we use it and people are like, oh, where is this? I really want to get it. Then we can take that to Jay and go like, hey,
Yeah,
let's restock this. You know,
it's true.
maybe we even put this in with the next restock order that we're planning to do.
Maybe. Ooh. I'd have to look. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Because this reaction is like exactly what I was hoping. Is like, yeah, like people don't know. There's stuff about cities that isn't communicated very well right now, and so this will be good. And then we get the crenellations, and we can make a bundle that is literally making a keep.
Mm-hmm.
And we can
know what you do? You throw in the stone advanced builder.
Use a stone core, stone advanced builder, and some crenellations, and we make a keep.
Yep.
We have that as a bundle, so it's like super clear to people. They will be able to see it because we've got like a build right there for it.
It's easier to build with than the castle.
Yes,
pieces.
I mean pretty much everything is.
Fair. It's very, very fair.
Out of curiosity, what's the turnaround time for your restocks from when you place the order to it being in the store? Several months. 4
or 5 months.
Because
if we order Wildlands now, it'll hit the water early January.
Yeah, because it's like takes 2 months like on the water. Yeah, because they got to they've got to schedule it out in the factory, work it into their plan, do the production run, do the painting,
pack it, ship it,
mark it with a B.
Customs.
Yeah,
mark it with a B.
They got to paint it, pack it, mark it with a B.
Then put it in the oven for the chat and me. Wow.
What about the remedial builder set?
Old.
We'll make a bundle that's just Fieldstone GED.
It's amazing.
That was a revelation I just had recently about Fieldstone buildings. Okay, cool. So we definitely we gotta talk about this in the video, and we need to make a bundle that specifically shows that the Fieldstone buildings can make a keep. And get people thinking on those lines, because that suddenly makes that way cooler, right? Yes. That makes that way cooler to you guys, and that's like a big thing where it's like, oh, this is why I should get Dwarven Forge instead of other cities.
It also plays really nicely with the castle.
Yeah,
piece. Like it's the same color scheme.
You do that, and then you slap a small watchtower next to it, and it's like, oh, this is like the military quarter of the town. Like,
how many things have I have?
Okay, cool. We have all this cool stuff that we just do not communicate very well.
Yeah.
And we're getting better at it, but there's so much. There's literally over 1,000 sets in our store.
Huh. The hamlet is also shy corner posts, isn't it? Because
stone buildings can make castle corners. Yes. In fact, there's ways to there are cutout pieces in castles to build your stone buildings into the side of the castle, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there's specifically cutouts for it.
Modular Wall of Doom, but also there's the if you look at the constructed castle, look at the square corner tower. That's just Fieldstone integrated in with the castle bits.
We also have to highlight the Bridge of Valor in the video. For something. The Bridge of Valor is rad.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to use that.
Mm-hmm.
We got it back in stock.
It requires...
It takes a good amount of buildings.
It requires at least 6 buildings to look good.
Yeah, because you want to have a floor above and below it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For maximum valorousness.
Yeah, which does make it tough. How big do we want to get with? How big do we want to get with these?
I'm frustrated by this Hamlet set. I have to say, I hadn't scrutinized the composition. Did I take too many walls out? No. And it's a little annoying.
People are really excited after seeing this keep go together now.
Yeah, well, it's
really cool, and look at the shapes of the crenellations and everything. That's
look at the build.
And it's got a functioning bucket.
The Gen Con build a huge chunk of that was city builder, fieldstone buildings, and that whole
A bunch of that castle was fieldstone CBS. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Will future restocks have a bit more unpainted? They seem to be going quite quickly in recent restocks. It feels like more chatter of unpainted buyers on Discord. I think we are getting a larger unpainted demographic.
The buying habits haven't shown it yet, but also because we have less,
they can't buy more than we pack.
Than we have.
Yeah. The thing that's rough about it is that if the unpainted sells out before the painted, the fact that you need to wait on, like, we have some sets where we have like 80 unpainted because the painted versions kept selling really fast, and we get a little bit of unpainted, and the unpainted wasn't moving.
And then we have the opposite.
Because when the painted sells out, we restock it. When the unpainted sells out, we wait for the painted to sell out, and then we restock it. Yeah. Thanks for the painting videos. It's upping my confidence to buy unpainted. That's what's happening.
Woo!
Yeah. Okay. Switch to unpainted personally for the cost, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a trend. I am noticing more people painting. I think the Discord has contributed to a lot of people trying new paint stuff because people are communicating with each other more and seeing each other's like experiments more. Because it does feel like with a number of these things, unpainted has gone very fast. I think there's also just some packs where it really makes sense to get unpainted.
Well, they're easier, fun, or ones you'd want to customize.
Yeah. Also, you're targeting wargamers, and they like painting as part of the hobby more.
That's true.
Maybe we should actually do a higher percentage specifically for wargaming friendly sets. Maybe we should do a higher percentage of unpainted.
Well, except we asked. Remember, we were asking sort of early on, or I don't know. That was one of the questions with the wargame stuff was, is it going to be, are wargamers going to want more unpainted or painted? But it seemed like they were excited about it being painted because they already have a giant pile of opportunity that they need to paint.
Yeah. But I think we get both with wargamers. I think what happens is with wargamers, we're not getting the people who are getting unpainted to save money. They're getting painted to save time, or they're getting unpainted because they just really love painting, or they want to like paint it to like match the army they like using or something.
Yep. Like Rabbit.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Must be in a different wargame scene. LOL. All the wargamers I know want painted. I think it's just they get painted for different reasons than the average RPG player sometimes.
It's not because they're afraid of it or they save money. It's just the time.
Because
like,
I'd rather
spend the time on my next army.
But there's some things like I think like the Illuminated Objectives pack. I think will be a thing that like probably will sell a lot unpainted because they'll want to do their own like rune knot work because it's not a ton to paint those 2 planar pylons. It's not going to take a ton of time to paint it, but they can make it like the colors that they want. And if they're already confident painting, like,
Oof. I thought I could make. So there's got to be a lot to still be figured out with trying to do these things. I'm glad we could do this on stream and kind of get that revelation.
Hamster's schmoozing in chat.
Of course.
People are thanking him for doing the painting videos and
you
stuff.
got no off button.
Oh, it's 9:15.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
Right, thank you, everybody, for tuning in with Hamster's Hobby Hang tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hamster, what are you doing tomorrow?
Yeah, what are you doing? What you got going on?
Apparently nothing.
She's not saying anything.
And next week we are no on the Anvil next week because we are shooting this video, but there will be Hamster Hobby Hang next week. And then we'll be back with our cities deep dive, right? Is that am I making this up?
Yeah, the week after this is the cities check-in. It's literally, I think, the 31st.
Yeah, so we'll be going showing off the latest and greatest in Cities Untold. So you'll see more than just this single bean that we showed tonight. Maybe we maybe we'll unbox the other reliquaries. I don't know. Anything could happen.
They'll probably see what Ashlar looks like now.
Yeah, assuming we're ready.
Assuming we're ready.
We'll show whatever's ready.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be fun. But thank you for hanging out. Thanks for all the good vibes, all the good questions, all the good insight. And we'll see you soon. Good night.
Oh, I got to turn it off. Night, everybody.
It's on you
Bye.
Now.